The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Tuesday, February 18th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with that promo code TCE SGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And last but not least, we're brought to you by Rhythm, the leader and data-driven picks and props. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Tuesday, February 18th. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, well, first I want to say, what's that smell?
You stink.
Oh man, no. I also wanted to say,
sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Yes. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, buddy. We got a lot to talk about. I got my ass kicked tonight. Hey, my name's Pick Dundee, and I got my ass kicked tonight. We got a lot to talk about, though. I am joined by my co-host. He was boots on the ground in Norfolk, Virginia, catching a huge game in the MEAC. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, and the host of the Ryan and Rush Show. And make sure you check out the college basketball experience pregame show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
Oh, doing great, I guess. I mean, having a cocktail, honoring probably my worst night picking games in over a month. I got my ass handed to me just like you. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, if I had to dissect last night's show and look back on it, I would say it's it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Horrible plays, but we just have to get, I think, to the elephant in the room here. I'm not going to go game by game yet. We had a game tonight that I believe is a game that was rigged. I believe it was rigged. You were at this very game.
I was at the scores table.
Yeah, I mean, I want this covered. I do, because I don't think I've ever felt this way. We flagged that Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan game long before the FBI did. But honestly, what the fuck was this? We were going to have a bad night regardless. This is not us being bitter about a bad night, right? We would have had a bad night regardless, but yeah. I do want an explanation So if you did not catch the Delaware State Norfolk State game, the top two teams in the MEAC, Delaware State, we were getting 9.5 points last night. Now it closed at 7.5 or 8.5. I don't know, whatever your book was. We got 9.5 last night on this very show. It was a 12-point game with about 20 seconds left when Delaware State kind of had a steal, ran down, shot a 3. I think with about 7 seconds left, give or take.
It went through with like 10.5, 11 seconds. They're going to dribble out for whatever reason. Delaware State wanted to foul.
Yeah. So he hits the 3 to cut it to 9, which means we're hitting our bet. Then they inbound the ball. Delaware State, the guy right on the ball, fouls instantly. They don't call it. The dribbler then I think gets to about half court. He gets fouled again by a different player. To me, this one was the more over the top. Yeah, the more over the top foul.
Yeah.
Then they didn't call that, which I thought, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Then they go to dribble out at that point it's implied they're dribbling out the clock. The game is over. Players are starting to walk off the court. Guy shoots a 3. I have it as 0. I mean, I'm not even going to show the folks here. This, how do I, let me get this.
How do we enlarge it?
Yeah, no, right here. So he shoots this 3. There's 0 time on the clock, right? Now I know, shout out to my guy, TJ Reeves. I know he had just said, Dundee, if you look at the other replay of the backboard, that the light has not gone red yet, which, okay, that's fair. Right? ESPN's clock, probably wrong. However, why I have a hard time with it is because A, why shoot it? Everyone else is walking off the court. B, what about the 2 fucking fouls? Like if they call those fouls, one of them was a big foul. If they call those, you know, they're shooting 1-1 or 2. I don't remember what the bonus situation was, but there's 5.5 seconds left or something. You know what I mean? Like there's enough time for us to go score another basket, or they missed the free throws. We just don't know. My problem is A, I hate these referees that don't call a foul in the final 10 seconds because it happened twice. I mean, that's A. B is this 3-point bullshit. I don't even know if it was ESPN's clock. I honestly don't. This whole thing needs to be investigated because it left a fucking bad taste in my mouth on way more than the Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan game to me. This was crooked. Yeah, I could smell it from a fucking mile away, man. You were there and you texted me instantly when this happened. Explain it through your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I think you laid it out pretty well. I was trying to pull up my exact tweet. I mean, I'm not in the image. I'm slightly to the right of the state logo. I'm sitting there at press row, courtside. And I thought when they didn't call foul, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. There's going to be a fight in this game because they're fouling the shit out of them. And in the Norfolk State, Robert Jones is getting pissed off. They're yelling at Delaware State. So I'm like, oh fuck, there's going to be a fucking brawl in this fucking game at the end of the game. And all right. I'm like, all right, they're dribbling it out. I go to put my laptop away. And so I'm like, all right, the game's over. We covered. And I hear the crowd go crazy. So I missed him shoot it because I assumed he's not going to fucking shoot it. He shoots it. And I go, what happened? I look up, I see 96-84. So then I pulled up on my laptop. And from what I saw, he clearly did not get it off. So yeah. They go over to review. And I'm watching the 3 referees because I'm like, I wonder if they're actually.
Was the review right next to you?
No, it was on the other side, unfortunately. Okay. So they huddle up, whatever. No announcement or anything. They just come off and they're kind of just smirking around like it was odd. It was odd. Like they knew the number. And so I'm like, wait, so did that count or like what? I'm like asking around, nobody really knows or really cares because maybe those people didn't care about the number. Then finally they announced it like 10 minutes after that the number or that the shot counted. So then I'm like, I'm fucking pissed because I'm like, I had Delaware State plus 9.5. And I'm also just pissed off that these referees just took off the last 30 seconds of the game.
I mean, he gets fouled twice. The guard gets fouled twice. I'm hoping. I was trying to find a video on it, but I mean,
I tried to go find the referees. I was going to confront them because nobody else is going to fucking call their ass out. I was going to call their ass out, but I couldn't find their fucking locker room. So they ended up getting away. I trust me. I was ready to call them out and be like, what camera angle did it show that he got that off? Like, I want an explanation. I keep asking for accountability with these referees. I know this didn't come down to a win-or-loss game, but still, these referees are. This is a
foul is a foul in the same. Like, that's my biggest problem. And we've said this all year. Well, I remember it was a Texas game like a while back, but a foul is a foul. If they go to foul, that's on the coach's decision. You have to fucking call that as a foul. It's like they missed the first one 92 feet from the basket. The one at center court was fucking a foul. You have to call a million times. I mean, like practically pushes. He just pushes the guy. What are we doing? Someone should be fired for this shit. You know what I mean? That whole crew should be suspended. I don't understand it.
And I know people will be like, "Oh, you guys are just bitching because you lost your bet." Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you see it 0.0.
But also because it's a rigged fucking game.
Exactly.
That's rigged.
And this is become a bigger problem that actually impacts big wins and losses, not just if you cover the Delaware State Norfolk State game. I walked away just pissed off at the whole game. I just left the arena. I didn't even want to talk to anybody. That leaves a bad taste in your mouth of, I mean, were those three zebras in on a fix here?
Exactly. You just want a fair game. And to me, that's the thing that it bothered me watching. It was like, what the fuck did I just watch? What did I just watch?
Yeah. And the referees know the number. Like that's the shit. Like they can act like they don't, but they do. And it's just that shit, just watching it up close, 15 yards away from me, I kind of just was like, man, this is some fucked up shit. Maybe I'm looking too much into this. I don't think I am, but you just leave scratching your head and going, man, how much of this shit is really going on? I mean, we already got 3 teams being invested.
They need to investigate this one, man. Like I said, we were watching that Central Michigan game and we were on that one. This one, I think, is even more blatant than that one.
And here's what pisses me off too. It takes away from the win of Norfolk State.
Yeah.
They're going to 8-1.
Who beat their ass all game. It's
just, that should not be what we're talking about. Is, man, those referees really were in on the fix. Like at the end of the game, like, why did they not call foul? Why did they fucking not overturn this where the ball is in his hands with 0.0? I know Reeves said that you look in the other angle, the ball's not even close to being released though. It's not even close to being released. It was in his hand. So just all around bad job. And I know the MEAC is not the richest of leagues, but that's still unacceptable. I mean, why would that crew get a promotion next year to a better and bigger league if they're going to half-ass their job in their current job? Is my stance on it. And I keep going back to these reviews where nothing happens. And these referees are just doing a horrible job this year.
I just think, like, that could have resulted in a fight too. Like, I like a physical game, but dude, that was deliberate. That was like the first one, 92 feet was obvious. Yeah. And then the one at center court was even more obvious. And you're just like, how are you not calling a fucking foul here? If I'm the coach of, I'm furious because okay, the game was probably out of reach, but it's like, I told my guys to foul, or they're fouling. Maybe they're not. Maybe I didn't tell them. But what the fuck is this? Why are you not calling that when you call fouls in the rest of the game?
Well,
there's time on the clock.
I'm surprised the guy shooting it didn't result in a fucking something happen after the game. Because, like, hey man, what the fuck? Why are you shooting when you're up 9? But he shot probably because they wouldn't call the foul. So, like, there easily could have been a brawl in this game where chairs have been thrown. Maybe I would have got hit with a chair for all I know. I was ready to. That
would have been great. No disrespect. I enjoy your presence on the show. But it would be nice to go viral on a clip, and then maybe more people tune into our show. I'm in it for let's sell out.
Yeah,
all right.
Someone here with a shiner under my fucking eye. Be like, yeah, somebody fucking whacked me like Michael Vick's bowling alley incident in the fucking.
that was Iverson. Yeah.
Iverson.
I don't know, man. That shit just left a bad taste. And you're right. And we should be talking about how Norfolk State's a great team this year that I think could do. I mentioned this a couple months back that I think they could be a dangerous draw if they do win the MEAC tournament.
Oh, dude. That team up close, just like I texted you, I said, we've said on TV they looked the part. Being up close, courtside, watching them, that's not a MEAC team. That's a team that's got 5th, 6-year guys that, guys that have transferred down for one last run. Robert Jones has done an unbelievable job. They look like a Sunbelt team just from the eye test. Like they pop, they have size, they have athletes. The guards are good. There's a real fucking deal. I mean, that's a good fucking team. And that's why I'm pissed off because I'm like, we're talking about the referees just not finishing the goddamn job. Instead, we're talking about that. We should be talking about Norfolk State being 8-1, 18-8, gonna have home court advantage here in the conference tournament. But
dangerous draw, dude. Dangerous draw. Yeah. I mean, it'll be fun to watch, man. But
speaking of which, guess who I bumped into?
Who's that?
Remember the big fella? We're talking about dangerous draws. Kyle O'Quinn.
Oh yeah.
He was at the game. He was
no shit.
I was like, who the fuck is this big? I said, oh, that's O'Quinn. He was at the game courtside.
Dude, that was on the one of their best teams.
Yeah, 2012 when they beat Missouri.
Yeah.
He's still in pretty damn good shape. I mean, he still, I think, can play a little bit.
Yeah, probably one of the guys that scored, beat my team by 96 points. Let's talk about. We started off with a bang. Felt pretty good about the day with the Howard Bison double lock.
It's gonna be a bad day.
86-62 against Eastern Shore. And we were off and running, and I thought I'm a fucking genius. And then things only got better. But I want to file a complaint here too. Hey. Okay, we double locked Northern Iowa. This hit. You scumbag fucks. I understand that ESPN Plus crew was there on Sunday to cover the game. The game didn't happen. They probably moved along to a different game that they were covering. It doesn't take much, guys. You got some PAs. Come on. At least, I mean, I've seen some of these productions over the years.
Nashville, right?
Still. I mean, even more so. There's more Nashville. Every fucking guy can work in A&R record. You know what I mean? Like,
you've been on YouTube or some shit.
Yeah, I just feel like someone. Come on, how are we in the dark here? Northern Iowa cash for us as a double lock, so we're off 2-0. Things were looking good, and then.
Don't you love when you can say Northern Iowa beat Murray State and you can't give a breakdown because you couldn't watch the game? Like, that's a good game.
Yeah, that's one of the best games of the day.
Yeah.
Then a trip to the doctor's office gave us bad news because Doc Bradley, he did ball out again. 21 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. God damn it. Yeah. Get this guy on a good team. They got housed by Alabama A&M. I did take the points, did eat shit. AC Bryant, big game for the Bulldogs there. 31 points, 6 boards, 4 steals. Goddamn, he's putting up some nasty numbers too. Your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously didn't get much eyes on these games other than the last 2 late. But good win for the old Pine Bluff guys.
Yeah, no, the old Bulldogs guys.
Bulldogs. Guys,
yeah. We also ate shit on Alcorn State. We need to talk about Florida A&M. This was my problem tonight. Honestly, the swag parlay was a failure. I apologize, but not really. A lot of my teams were going up against each other. Jackson State, Bethune have been darlings of mine. Alcorn and Florida A&M have been darlings of mine. So when they were going at it, it was very hard for me to dissect this fucking game. Florida A&M is the best story in college hoops right now, maybe. This team is good. is good, man. I mean, Alcorn's a solid team to get that dub. Milton Matthews, 26 points, 3 assists. They're one of the best stories, man. And look at this. I think they have a legit shot. I look at this remaining schedule at Alabama State's a big game on Saturday. At Alabama A&M after that, I think they can handle that. Home to Grambling, they'll handle that. Home to Southern's a huge one on the 3rd. And then at Bethune is a tricky one too. But I think you're at least looking at, I think they're going to have a winning season. I think they're going to at least 500. At least 500. Yeah. And that's huge, man. That's fucking huge for them. One of the best stories, man. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we try and show love to them as much as possible, and they deserve it, man. Like what FAMU, Patrick Crairy's done in year 1, we haven't seen this in forever at FAMU. So shout out to him and try and get him on the coaches tour this all season, man. I mean,
hell yeah, man!
Hell of a story.
They're incredible. They were so bad. They were scoring like 30 points a game.
They were like Mississippi Valley State.
Yes, unbelievable job. Speaking of Mississippi Valley State, we did not bet this game, but Alabama State did cover that number by 23 points. Or no, they won by 23. The number was 18.5. Man, tough times.
You see, so I went to a rig game today, and then my day started. I was getting into it with a Mississippi Valley Twitter account. There was this, so you know the famous Mississippi Valley basketball, like the parody account.
Yeah.
They like flagged them and they made them put parody in their name because there's an actual Mississippi Valley Twitter account. And this one account decided he was going to be on his fucking loser ass high horse and be like, you're manipulating what we stand for, HBC, like all this bullshit. And I go, hey, instead of going at the actual account that's giving Mississippi Valley some recognition, like more than Mississippi Valley deserves, why don't you tweet at the real account and tell them to get off their lazy fucking asses because they haven't tweeted since 2022.
Yeah. I mean, come on. This isn't hard to do.
Oh my God.
This isn't hard to do.
Right? Yeah, they were calling me all this bullshit. I was like, I made my point. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like, how are you going at the Mississippi Valley Twitter account? Like that account at least has brought a little bit of recognition to Mississippi Valley.
If you can't understand that's hilarious.
Oh, get a life. Get a life.
Stop taking life so goddamn serious.
Did you see the one tweet they put out today? Mississippi Valley put this fat kid in, and the parody account tweeted, "Where did this guy even come from? He's not on the roster."
I didn't see that, but I need to follow it more closely. Apparently,
dude, they're down like 30, and he's like, "No, this guy's not on the roster. Who gave him a jersey?"
It reminds me a couple years ago, Jackson State had this dude named Snacks that was their team manager. They put him on the court. And he buried a 3. He buried a fucking 3. It was one of the best moments of the year. Speaking of Jackson State, they put it on Bethune. I liked Bethune here. I thought they were the better team at home. I know Jackson had beat them in Jackson, but man, Jackson State power rank to me. Do you believe Southern? I don't believe that Southern is actually the best team in the SWAC.
They won a rig game today. Or a rig cover. They were the better team, but I mean, it's hard to say that they're not. They're 12-1.
I kind of think Jackson's better than them though in the tournament. I think there's going to be some value in this conference tournament.
I think it's a toss up.
I like if gun to my head right now, I think I would put Jackson State as like the team that I would bet to win that thing. But at Florida A&M's getting better every fucking day. Bethune's got some talent. Texas Southern's got the history there. Alabama State is solid as well. I mean, there's a few different teams capable of that. We ate shit with that one. We did. Cash on Southeast Louisiana. Shout out to Keith Landry. This was the best game of the day. I agree with the chat. This was a very good watch. McNeese, it seemed like always was kind of up by like 2 to 3 points. But man, this was a really fun watch. Southeast Louisiana made some runs a couple times. I think even tying it up. But we stay within the number. Good win for McNeese in a way, man. Like, but we hit there and that Southland tournament, man. If we get more games like this,
yep,
sign me up. Your thoughts?
Yeah. So what? McNeese is one game away from clinching the regular season for back-to-back years now, but I mean, they're not covering these games. They like how many have they covered in like the last 7? 1? They're like 1-6 ATS, and I think that the gap has shrunk a little bit. And if like you're gonna say McNeese for the field right now, I think I may take the field. I have a weird. I know they're gonna get the double bye, but I just think McNeese is vulnerable this year compared to last year. They're not as dominant. They don't have that same chip. Will Wade probably going to be in a new job in about 50 days. Cough, cough, ACC school in the state of Florida. You connect the dots.
Because I hear Sam Cassell is going to Florida State.
Yeah, AKA he's going to the U. I just think there's a lot of distractions with McNeese. I think they're really good. They're the most talented team, but it's not going to shock me if Sela gets them, Lamar gets them, Northwestern State gets them, Stephen F. Austin all of a sudden. I mean, they got dudes on their team. I just think that it's going to be hard for them to win this tournament this year, in my opinion.
Yeah. Brandon, yes, we do look at Twitter comments. Appreciate you tuning in, Brandon.
He's asking for a Kansas BYU breakdown. Brandon,
That's coming, brother.
That's like the last game of the slate, so we'll check back in here in about an hour and a half. But there's plenty of other games.
Yeah. Buckle up, though. It's happening. Yeah. Circle of trust here. I wake up this morning. I didn't bet this game. I know you bet this game. I want this one investigated too.
There's a lot of investigations going on.
I see the line had skyrocketed to Lehigh getting 6.5 or 7. I think I bet it at 7. I think it might even been 7.5. I should go back and check my account. But I jump on it. I say, fuck it. That's a big number in the Patriot League. Right. And then, I watched them. You know, Bucknell didn't score for the first like 6 or 7 minutes of this game.
I had it on in the car, so I was listening to it. I can't give you a breakdown on when they made I know they made
right before the first half, but because they had a 4-point lead at the half. But man, I still thought, man, I'm in a great spot here. There's no way they win by 17. I mean, Lehigh had a 13-point fucking lead. What the hell? First 8 minutes, no field goals for Bucknell. I mean, to lose that game, getting the number I'm getting is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, especially in the Patriot League where every game is a 1 or 2 point game. 17? The fuck is this? I want this investigated. I want this one investigated. Your thoughts?
Have you looked at the job John Griffin's doing at Bucknell? They've won 6 out of 7. They're 2 game back. God, American just won't goddamn lose. They're 10-5. They got Army, Loyola, and Holy Cross left. If they can get Army, they should get the other 2. So Bucknell may be the team that represents the Patriot League in the dance. They're fucking rolling teams right now. I'm buying into the Bison, John Griffin.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
Their only loss, Colby. Their only loss in the last since January 25th was Army in double overtime at West Point.
They have been rolling, but today was bullshit. I want this investigated.
They won by 17.
I want it fucking investigated. How the hell did this happen? How the hell do you not score for 7 minutes? Then you press a button and score 67 fucking points in what? 32 minutes? Bullshit. I'm stupid for jumping on though. Also, I am stupid for taking Prairie View because they got rolled by Grambling. What the fuck is this? 22-point loss, only 48 points on the road.
Bad play by us.
Yeah, it was a tough night. That's the kind of night it was, folks. I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. If you're looking for free daily picks for everything, college hoops, NBA, college baseball, NHL, UFL, and more. Download the SGPN app, free in the App Store, Google Play Store, and let it ride. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. So sign up. And when you do, use the promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport. They got props for every game, and the live dealer casino is a bundle of fun as well. And MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. It's easy to deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head over to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip to get your beak wet. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. And damn if Hitler and the Nazis didn't roll into New Orleans. Double lock. 16-point win. Gestapo getting that dub. Your thoughts?
Good win for Nichols. Needed to bounce back after a couple losses, and Hitler took it to him here.
Yeah, and then we should have bet South Carolina State. They won by 30 against Coppin. Coppin's fucking horrible.
Yeah, as good as Norfolk is, watch out for the old Bulldogs in South Carolina.
Yeah, I agree. We ate shit with Stephen F. Austin. They did not cover by a point.
How did they not cover? They were up like 10 in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw, I don't know about, was it 10? I saw like 7, 8 at one point, but maybe I got to 10. Then actually this one is the one. Shout out to, we got a couple of fans in there on Lamar, but man, Northwestern State had a 6-point halftime lead. I was feeling good about it, and Lamar dominated the second half. Credit to them. Andrew Holyfield, big day there, 22 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Let's talk about these Lamar Cardinals because they're balling. 5 straight? Is it? I think it's 5 straight.
They've been good all year. I mean, what are they overall? 14 or 17 and 10. They're going to win 20 games overall.
They've won 9 of 10, with the lone loss being by 2 points at Southeast Louisiana. Fire. Let's go.
When do they play McNeese again? March
1st. Yeah.
Yeah, 12-4. I mean, you just look at some of these teams. It's just it's not going to be a cakewalk for McNeese, like we keep saying.
Yeah, and then I mean, this is the one that I'm most shocked by. Morgan State went into Durham and fucked them up, dude. What was this?
That was bad.
What was this? I actually think this is one of the more shocking ones. Like the other ones, like Florida A&M's been playing good. You know, Jackson State's been playing good. This one, I just did not see. I thought if anything, I really thought Lavelle Moten had Central playing better this past month.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to hit on this. That's very surprising to me. Then we ate shit with the Mexicans. They had a 5-point halftime lead.
They choked.
5-point halftime lead. They blow it. IDub had they needed that one, but man, 6-point win on the road. They outscore the Mexicans by 11 in the second half. Shout out to IDub. We ate shit there.
Hey, the Mexicans. I don't think the Mexicans are going to make their conference tournament. Which is kind of disappointing. I know it's
very
only
disappointing because we liked them. We liked them last year.
They looked good in November, and they 6-10. But back to our theme. The Southland's better, and they just have gotten beat up in this league.
Yeah. Shout out to Mojo. Shots fired. Well, you know, I've never listened to that show, but glad you're rocking with us. Put it like that.
We're better than every show. I won't be humble.
Yeah. Robert Brown. Robert Brown, go to the beginning of this show. Because we talked about this.
Segment,
Mac
man.
was at that game. We just talked about that game for 20 minutes on how corrupt it was. Yeah, go check it out. Beginning of the show. Houston Christian covered for us. Double lock against Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi came. This is another one. They were down at the half. Every Southland team that was down at half, I feel like won the game. Maybe with the exception of McNeese. They came storming back. I watched this whole game. It was fun watch. I mean, I really love the Southland too, man. I feel like we talk a lot about, the A-Sun and the Big West. Southland definitely needs its credit as a fun conference this year.
You know why we feel like we're more hooked and attached to this league? Because they play their games on Monday night. So we get eyes on these teams more and more than any other league outside of the MAAC on Friday and Sundays. I mean, the Southland's got to figure it out, and it's been good for their brand this year, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm glad I had the resistance not to take UVA in the points. They did finally get over 50 and score 62. The problem is they gave up 80. I know you bet this and ate shit.
If you told me they were going to score 60, I would be like, they cover easy. They always fucking bottle Duke up. I mean, Duke's not that great an offensive team. I mean, they're talented, but their calling card has definitely been their defensive side of the ball. But Duke looked good tonight. That was a dominant win. Yeah.
Robert, the next baseball show will probably be heading into the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Thursday maybe. Beanick's not here with us. He was flying. We'll confirm that tomorrow, so but we'll try to get a couple episodes out every week. This is where the night really took a toll. I mean, I didn't have a good night, but I didn't think I was going to be like, what am I like? I think $540 in the hole right now because these next three were just fucking brutal. Texas Southern does not cover the big number. Southern wins by 9, and
they dunk it with 10 seconds left to win by 9. Man, get out of here.
Then Kansas State, Utah, which I was in the middle of doing a show, so I did not get, but I have several DMs about this one being complete bullshit regarding a flagrant foul.
Yeah. I don't want to take away from Utah being, I think, and probably the better team tonight, but the game's tied up. We're going into the under 4 timeout. It's going to be 2 free. They call fucking flagrant foul. And that's just a whole momentum changer. And they went to the monitor for 10 fucking minutes again and fucking came out half-ass call, theme of the night. I'm so sick of this shit. And it's not even like I'm saying Utah shouldn't have won the game, but instead of talking about, hey, Utah played a hell of a game. They made shots. They beat Kansas and Kansas State back-to-back. We're talking about a fucking flagrant foul review that took 10 minutes. That's not even close to a flagrant foul. If you get hit in the head, that doesn't mean it's a flagrant foul. If I hit you on purpose in the fucking head, it's a flagrant foul. But if I'm going to block a shot and I accidentally come down and whack you on top of the head, it's a fucking shooting foul like it's been for the last 100 fucking years. I'm so sick of these idiots and these goddamn idiotic rules.
When did this become a thing? Like we overreact.
Get rid of that shit.
We overreact to shit so much. Like when did this what? I don't understand. I didn't see the call, so I can't watch
it tomorrow in your laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the Texas Tech bad and the Wisconsin bad, but it's just like, come on, bro. Like, you don't have to be a robot. We've all played basketball. We've all seen basketball our whole lives. That's not a flagrant foul. You know, it's like helmet to helmet in football. You know when a guy is headhunting or trying to injure somebody. Yeah. If it's not intent, it's not a fucking personal foul or flagrant. We just have lost our minds as a society because we've empowered pussies. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think we the game's not like, I even have a problem. I mean, you guys know my take in football. I think it's all bullshit too. Like,
it's all bullshit.
I think very rarely could you. I honestly think like targeting should be called like once or twice a year in football. Yes. When I see it, I'm like, no, he didn't mean to. Like, if you didn't have the intent, to me, it's like, okay, move along. And in basketball, like the shit we saw over the weekend, or like you said in the Texas Tech game, like I don't know, 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. I don't even understand what the agenda is. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do to the fucking sport? Like, I don't get what you're trying to do to basketball. These refs there should be conferences over this shit in the summer. There should be conferences they have to attend saying, don't fucking call this. This should not ever be a flagrant. I would love to know, like, I would love to just follow them around and see what they actually have to go through. Is there safety things? Are they giving? I'm afraid it's the other way around where there's a safety thing saying anything to the head, it's dangerous. We saw what happened with Keontae Johnson at Florida or whatever the fuck, like I just think we're crazy. We're fucking crazy. Some of these calls are ridiculous. Yeah.
And Colby, the other thing, have you noticed this? When did we start giving the fucking referee a microphone? Yeah. That's that NBA bullshit. What we don't need to hear the referees' voices. Less referee, better game.
Yeah.
More referee, fucking shit game.
Well, it's the same way I feel in football too. Is like, well, just less rules.
Yes.
Less rules. To me, less is more. Like football keeps, like the NFL and college football keeps diving into the rule books. So you're so fucking confused about what is what. You're like, less is more. Less is more.
Players play, coaches coach, and refs should just ref. They should just call if there's a flag or there's a foul, call that. We don't need everybody to stop the game and stare at the referees at the scores table, jerking each other off for fucking 10 minutes to get a call wrong. Like, nobody needs to see that shit anymore. It's ridiculous. And finally, Rothstein has started tweeting out, stop with the two-hour windows because every game goes long. It's ridiculous because of these fucking dumbass fucking replays.
It really is. It really is. And another thing I want to talk about though is I did watch some of that K-State Utah game before I missed the critical part of the game. What has happened to Utah basketball fans? Like, I remember I grew up in the era when they were nasty, when they went to the national championship. They used to have, even back in the day, UNLV fans will tell you this. They would play. I mean, I don't even know if they were in at the time with Larry Johnson and everybody. I don't think they're in the same conference, but they would play a lot. I feel like the coming years after that, like maybe by 95, by Isaiah Ryder and shit, that used to be a fucking hornet's nest. You used to go into Salt Lake City and you were like that. It's like it is in football. In football right now, I know they had a shitty year, but I'm saying that's a great environment in football.
Yep.
I don't understand why. Like, that game today was like half empty, dude.
I don't get it.
What's going? You're in Utah. What do you got going on? I don't understand why.
I don't get it.
How can BYU not nail it out the park, but Utah, which was for years to me, honestly, I would say from like 1990 or 1980 when I started watching college hoops to like 2010 at least, maybe 2008, 2012, something, that was a fucking legit home edge. I don't know what happened.
Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to fire off a tweet about this because nothing ruffles the Utes' fucking sensitive feathers than when you say BYU. How can BYU get that crowd, but you guys can't? They're 50. All right, as good as like we think everybody's making BYU out to be, they're 17-8, 8-6. Utah's 15-11, 7-8. In their first year in the Big 12. They're not that bad, and they don't have the home. Imagine if they had that home court atmosphere against. And
a lot of the games. I remember the one we thought the student. It was in early January, so we chalked it up to the students not being back. And then it was like I watched today. It's like, no, the students are back, just no one's there.
I just like, especially when you're coming off the shitty football year. Like, it's not like, we had a great football year and now basketball is going to be whatever. No, you guys sucked in football. You guys should be fucking all in on this shit.
They had way better fans in the Mountain West. When they were in the Mountain West, that was like a hard win.
We saw it when BYU went there this year, what that fan base could be. I mean, it was dope.
Yeah.
I know it's like the backyard brawl and the Holy War and all these rivalries. It brings out the best, but it should not be half filled. It wasn't even filled for Kansas on Saturday night.
I know, man. Like I said, I've circled that. I was like, what? I almost think you should fire the fucking head coach in a way, just because what does it take? How is there not more excitement about this? You know, I don't want to. Craig Smith's been good over the years, but I just don't get how this place was a legit. Like, I'm telling you, man, I would have it in like the top 25 toughest environments. If you ask, you know, me in the year 2000 or 2002 or whatever, like, what's one of the hardest venues? I was like, dude, Salt Lake City. That's a fucking hard win.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's happened. Then the nightcap.
What else the fuck are they doing?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have. I mean, you have the Utah Jazz. That's all bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
nobody
they watch
this
this.
NBA
Yeah,
shit. That NBA shit's fucking awesome.
that's what I'm saying. And they're like the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. Then, you know, like, no, it's irrelevant. I know you got the new hockey team in there, but come on.
Yeah.
The state of Utah is like a college state. That's why, like, you look at Utah State. You look at BYU. You look at Utah Valley. Right?
It in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and Weber at times. Weber not now. This year they suck, but I've seen Weber lit before.
Yep.
And you're like,
Southern Utah. Southern Utah's been lit.
Yeah. It's puzzling. Then I lost on Baylor because Arizona, Caleb Love had a filthy dunk in this game. But what the fuck's wrong with Baylor, man? I'm going to put Baylor as far as like most disappointing teams coming into the season. They're like top 5 to me.
So I think I underestimated the big fella being out for the year, how much they're going to miss him. They have no rim protection now without him. So they at least have had injuries back and forth. Like, they've had guards going in and out of the lineup. Kansas, I know we're not talking about Kansas, but Kansas is more disappointing to me than Baylor is, just because Baylor's had the injuries. But Baylor still underwhelming. But if they do figure it out, they have some damn good guards. But they got to figure out defensively how they're going to stop anybody, because they don't have the big fella. He's out for the year. His last name starts with an O. I never can pronounce it. Olajuwon or whatever the hell it's called. He's good. He can protect the rim and he can rebound.
I love how you say Olajuwon.
Rim protector, athlete around the rim. Everybody's called Olajuwon to me.
Ojawuna, isn't it? Ojuwana? Yeah.
Olajuwon.
Yeah. Just Olajuwon. Chalk it up to, he's African, from Africa.
It's a very compliment to be called Olajuwon, but Omir's kind of a dog, to be like, in a bad way. I'm not a fan of him.
He's bounced around a lot, man.
He's made a lot of money. He's made a lot of money, and ever since he started making money, like Hunter Dickinson, he's gotten a little bit softer. He's getting more moody, and he doesn't have that same chip that he had that first year at Miami before he got really paid. Money changes these kids, man.
Rob Donaldson saying Baylor only has one good win, that St. John's game. They had no business winning that shit. Unbelievable.
Baylor's in, Rob. Baylor doesn't have really a bad loss. I mean, I guess TCU at home, but TCU still isn't a horrible loss.
Let's get to game balls.
UConn's a bad loss. Just kidding.
Game ball. It's got to be Arizona, right?
Yeah, I think Arizona. I mean, we just talked about Baylor being shit, but Arizona, that was a nice gut check win. I mean, they gave that game away on Saturday against Houston. Come back. They are 12-3 in the Big 12. All done.
I'm gonna give my game on to Lamar. Shit, you've been red hot lately. Battle back. You're down 6 points at half. Lamar, game ball. Where are you going next?
Let's go. I-Dub. Getting it done at the Mexicans. They said, close that border. And they just closed them out in the second half.
They needed that win too, man. They needed that win. Florida fucking A&M. They might get a game ball for the season. You know what I mean? Like, they're just very impressive. Shout out to the Rattlers. Where are you going with that third game ball?
Morgan State.
Sweep. Completed a sweep on Central.
They didn't just complete it. They fucking whipped their ass. Yeah. 15. What?
I'm sorry. I just have I
was like, are you reflecting on Lavelle Moden being buried here?
No, dude. I just have my fucking sinuses are fucking horrible right now. So it's like I try to hit that mute button when I'm going but Utah. Final game ball. Your fans don't show up, but damn it, your team did. Nice win against Kansas State. Game ball there. Folks, what to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have college hoops. We have NBA, NHL, UFL, CFL, MLB, anything you can think of, NASCAR even. Get on over there. Sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. I really believe, and this is off script, I really believe that this is like one of the best tools. Like there's an edge you can find here that you can't find elsewhere. Perfect example for this. I'm just going to randomly open up the app right now. And let's go to the likes of let's just pick a game tomorrow. Let's go to Florida and Oklahoma. Let me go back to that. I don't know what the hell just happened. Oh no, I know what it did. Scroll down. Walter Clayton Jr. Higher or lower 17.5 points, Mac.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Or you could do higher or lower 4.5.
Let's go lower. Let's go lower because they're getting Elijah Martin back, I think, potentially tomorrow.
Keep an eye out on that, but let's go lower there. And then you just got to take one other stat from any other game or one other, you got to have more than one. Let's just go to Purdue, Michigan State, Braden Smith. Higher or lower 1.5 3-pointers made. You could also do 16.5 points. You could do 7.5 assists. What are you doing there, Mac?
Let's go higher there.
On the 3?
Yeah, on the points, rebounds, assists, correct?
Yeah, there we go. That's part of the edge you can get at Underdog Fantasy. So hop on over there and claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash with the promo code TCESGPN only at UnderdogFantasy.com. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Look, you can copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard. I do believe you can make cash on that. But me, I like to build my own model. What's cool about that is Rhythm will adjust around what you like. They got college hoops. They got NBA. They got golf right now. I mean, you can kill it with golf. Rhythm has it all. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. We are back and ready to roll. Cue the slides, Beanick. Oh, Beanick, where are you at?
Beanick's dead.
Here we go. Revenge game. Do you remember this first one? We had a lock battle, and I had Jacksonville. Jacksonville blew a 24-point lead. At home
on crack
and lost. This is a rivalry game, but guess what? I don't think revenge is on the mind because I think Jacksonville's ass on the road. This is the second end of they're just off the North Alabama game. Florida Gulf Coast just got blown out by Central Arkansas. No, Austin P was it? Who was it? Austin P, I think.
Yeah.
I'm locking Gulf Coast. Lay the 2.5. Let's go. What are you doing here?
They got blown out by Austin P and Lipscomb. Yeah, I can't wait to just get pissed off watching Gulf Coast and betting on them again. Can't stop the Gulf Coast experience. Yeah, I think they're good at home. Nice bounce back spot. I think they sweep our guy, Jordan Mincy. I think they have the better roster. So, yeah, I'll take Gulf Coast here.
Double lock with Florida Gulf Coast. What are we seeing here? Is this for me to fix my sinuses? grab a red onion, some raw honey, chop the onion in a mason jar, cover the honey in a few hours, sip, sip, sip. Grandpa, juice God, you're talking to me here. If I put any peyote in that, anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to watch this game, believe it or not. Next up, what's going on here at the XL Center? Villanova at UConn. UConn laying, is it still 8.5? It still is 8.5. I'm on Nova because I think UConn may win this game, but I think Nova is the more desperate team here. Give me Nova in the 8.5. No bet. What are you doing here?
What is this line?
Yeah, I mean,
why are we giving UConn this much respect still?
Nova won the first matchup too, but Nova is 2-6 on the road.
Yeah,
maybe that's why, but I don't know.
I'm all over Villanova. I think Villanova, like, I know everybody's going to say UConn bounce back off Seton Hall. They can win the game, but I just don't think that they have it in them to blow anybody out this year. And Villanova is off a loss too. I think they're desperate as fuck. I think we get a 1-possession game. I think UConn probably ends up pulling this thing out, but yeah, I'll lock a Villanova plus the 8.5 all day.
All right, Moneyline Max saying. All right. Yeah, I'll take Nova. No bet though. I feel like it could get away from them at the same time. Now,
who is UConn really blown out though?
They got, who was it by double? They got somebody just recently, right? Yeah, at that it was what, DePaul. They won by 11.
Overtime, they beat Butler. They beat Georgetown by 8. They beat Providence by 3. Should have lost that game. DePaul. They got DePaul's number. Yeah. They beat Xavier in overtime. They beat Butler by 4. They don't beat anybody like other than DePaul.
That's fair. I would say the Marquette game at Marquette was close to it.
They were that actually, you're right. That was their best game.
Yeah.
Other than maybe at Texas, that at Texas and that game were the best games. But Villanova, Kyle Neptune's fighting for his job. Hopefully that's not a negative thing. So yeah, give me Villanova.
We got a battle in Ypsilanti, Beanick. Break out the LeBaron, hit 88 miles per hour. Go get some scattered ass. Look, the Redskins are taking on the Hurons of Eastern Michigan. Should we just take Eastern Michigan money line? Because this line stinks. And I mean, Miami, Ohio did just lose to Western Michigan in a strange one, in a line that made no sense. This is very similar. This is very, very similar. This is a team though. Miami, Ohio won by 9 back on January 28th when they played. I don't know. This is at the Iceman, the George Gervin Center. Does this reek to you? It reeks a little bit, right?
It does, but I also think Miami of Ohio is fucking overachieved. I think Eastern Michigan's live, so I think we should lock them. I think they may win this game outright. It's a back-to-back road spot. They didn't have, now on the MAC, you don't stay out on the road for 3-4 days. Like this is you get your ass beat by Western Michigan, you go back to Miami of Ohio, then you go back on a bus to Eastern Michigan. I think it's gonna be a tight one here. Give me a.
I'm with you. Double lock, Eastern Michigan.
Ypsilanti.
Sprinkle that money line. I will actually no, I won't talk shit. Too much shit. But Austin P, is that Bellarmine? Bellarmine's getting 4.5. We've had this one circled.
Oh no.
This is the one. This is the fucking one. Bellarmine has lost 17 straight games.
This is like cocaine.
Plus 155 money line. Bellarmine gets it done. Take it. Write it. You in?
Oh yeah. The first game was a 9-point game, but it really it got dressed up by Austin P. I think we get a tight one here, and I think Bellarmine wins outright. I think they're going to win one of these games.
Double lock on Bellarmine.
Gonna guard the guy with one arm.
It's true. No, I normally like to take him.
He's good.
I got another lock here. I mean, I'm feeling good with these, Mac specialists, swag specialists no more after last night. Mac specialist still intact. Bowling Green's going to cover this, and I think they're live.
Yes.
Kent State leg 6.5. Marcus Johnson plus the points. Let's go.
Bowling Green's getting healthy. I think they're going to be 50 in the conference tourney, and I think we're starting to see them play better ball here over the last couple of weeks.
Double lock on these Falcons. All right, next up, we are going to the team with the longest win streak in America, the Akron Zips. 13 straight wins. Laying 20.5.
Oh, this is a lock.
On Northern Illinois, right?
Yes.
They only lost by 10 on January 28th.
Well, hey, and how many times we've been fading the shit out of Akron in these home games on the weeknight, and they have not even come close to covering any of these games. Northern Illinois on the road, Ball State, Western Michigan. They've been kind of playing with their food. I mean, I'm not going to say they're live on the money line. They're a 20-point dog for a reason, but how much does Akron win by? 13?
12. Yeah, let's go. Trip or double lock on Northern Illinois. And let's keep this party going because I got another Mac lock for us. Ohio is laying 5.5. I see it. Well, you can find a flat 5 out there if you search around. But I'll just take it at 5.5 right here because they're going to beat Central Michigan. Me and Hoops Peterson were just talking about this. I don't know if you caught my segment on VSiN. I like Ohio by double digits tomorrow. Lay it. Lock. What are you doing here?
I'll join you. Yeah, this is the time Ohio starts buying in, man. I think they're going to start rolling. Let's go.
We're agreeing way too much here. I will say this next one gave me hesitation. So Loyola Chicago's in Davidson, North Carolina, taking on these Wildcats. Davidson's laying 2.5. My first thought was we should hammer Loyola, even though they've been fucking horrible on the road. And then I thought about it and I said, I don't know. Davidson's 11-3 at home.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take these Wildcats, right? I haven't bet this. I don't know that I'm going to bet this, but give me Davidson minus 2.5.
I kind of want to take Davidson. I don't like taking Loyola Chicago away from home. I mean, they got a miracle win against Richmond. Other than that, they've been pretty bad on the road with the exception of one pop-up spot at Mason. Do you take Davidson?
I mean, Loyola is what? They're 3-4 on the road.
Davidson did just drop a home game on Saturday too as a favorite. I think we get a locked in effort here by Davidson. I'll lock up Davidson.
All right, let's go. Double lock. Davidson minus 2.5. All right, North Florida is heading to DeLon, Florida to take on Stetson. North Florida's laying 4.5. I will lay it, but no bet.
I always take the points in this game, but I don't want to flock Stetson. The number does feel really short.
Yeah. A&M is in Starkville taking on Mississippi State. Mississippi State off the Egg Bowl. They've lost 4 of 5 at home in Starkville.
I know.
I'm going to lock up Texas A&M to win this game. Just take the money line. I don't know. Maybe you take the 2.5, cover your ass, but A&M is the most experienced team in the SEC. That will carry over to this game, I think. What are you doing here?
We'll get a battle here. Give me Hail State. This is the one they get at home. I think They're going to be able to score. And I think A&M finally eats shit on the road. They've been winning all these crazy road games. Mississippi State do like crazy at home. Hubbard makes shots. Mississippi State gets a big win. Did he die on us? You're muted.
Sorry. So I just did that whole thing. We got a lock battle.
Right. I'm like looking at you, like looking over there. I go, what the heck just happened? I know you're battling.
I'm fucking sick, man. That's the problem. Is talking with fucking mucus. My goddamn fucking nose is like the goddamn fucking Shenandoah fucking river over here.
They want you to
just
replay
flowing.
Tecmo for the lock battle.
Just fucking flowing. I'm on medication too. It's supposed to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Go get a vaccine. That'll cure everything, right?
Yeah. Just got my mask in the car just in case, you know.
That'll cure
yeah.
everything. Hey, they want you to play the Tecmo Bowl again for the battle.
All right, for the third fucking time. We got a battle. Dundee on the Ags. Mac on the Dogs. All right. I'm locking up more games right here. Because Purdue is going into East Lansing. Did I see the fucking like governor of Michigan? Right? Fucking. Did they congratulate Tom Izzo?
I believe it. I mean, they've been blowing this thing up.
I'm all over Purdue here, man.
I think I like Purdue a lot.
Purdue's winning this. Governor's inviting you.
Oh yeah, you got to fade Whitmer. Sure.
Purdue double lock.
Yeah, I mean, they just won a Champaign. Izzo's tearing up after the game. You got to fade that. And on top of it, Purdue just dropped a fucking home game where they gave up almost 100. They've lost 2 in a row. This is a foxhole Purdue spot. Let's go. Boiler up.
Let's go. Double lock that thing. Next up, West Georgia heading to Florence, Alabama to take on North Alabama. North Alabama's laying 15.5. You know what? Give me West Georgia. Stay within this. No bet. No bet though.
I'm with you. I'll take the points. North Alabama's my fucking squad, but goddamn.
I just feel like, are they really getting up for a D2 opponent? I actually can talk myself into betting West Georgia here.
Now, here's the only problem. It gets fucking lit in there now. That, like, this is like turned into like one of the more underrated lit environments.
They have at Lipscomb on deck. Lipscomb's currently in first place.
I know. Like, I think West Georgia's a side I just worry about. Is this a 7-8 point game and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off at the end, you know?
Yeah. Give me West Georgia. We'll see.
If
this goes up by tomorrow, if this is at 17, I'm fucking firing.
Hey, this needs to be like not investigated, experimented, like for any mid-major coach on how to get your fan base engaged. What North Alabama's done there with Tony Pujols.
Oh yeah,
that place is freaking jumping for these.
I think I talked about this on Saturday. How can Samford, who was at the time in first place, I think they lost. Yeah. So, how can Samford have no one at their game in first place in the SoCon?
Yeah,
and then you go to Florence, Alabama, and this place is fucking bonkers.
And Jacksonville State, State, and North Alabama are fucking jumping. Those two places. Yeah, I don't get Samford. I'm with you.
Next up, it wouldn't be the MAC.
The Blue Bowl.
A classic. Western Michigan laying 1.5 at Buffalo. I am locking up Western Michigan laying 1.5. I believe they're better. And the fact that Buffalo got them in Kalamazoo by 9, Revenge is on the mind at Alumni Arena. 6 people will be at this game. What are you doing here?
Discipline, no bet. Give me Buffalo.
Lipscomb is at Eastern Kentucky. Dude, call me crazy. I feel good about all this shit. Eastern Kentucky. I'm getting home. I'm getting points at home. Give me the 3.5 at EKU. Lipscomb's got North Alabama on deck. EKU is sitting there.
1 game back.
Yeah, but in 4th place, I think maybe sleeping a little bit. What are you doing here?
The only thing working against us is that EKU went into Lipscomb and smacked their ass.
EKU's on fire right now, though, dude.
Exactly.
I mean, Lipscomb's on fire too, but I think EKU's played a better, like that 7-game win streak. That stretch teams are playing is better opponents than what Lipscomb's going through.
Well, and Colby, I think it's a bad matchup for Lipscomb.
Yeah, and by the way, we have a new. If you listen to the SGP show today, we have a new name for the stadium. This is that new stadium. They're calling it Baptist Health Arena. We don't do that bullshit. We're calling this the Bucket.
The Bucket,
like a bucket of chicken, because you got fucking Colonel Sanders as your mascot. You don't just walk into the Bucket and get it done.
They show up in that arena too. I mean, A.W. Hamilton, he runs a good program. I think it's a bad matchup for Lipscomb because EKU's got athletes. They play that hectic style. I'm with you. I think they're going to win the game outright and close this gap with Lipscomb. This could be a fun game. Give me EKU. Lock it up.
Let's go. Double lock. A little grease on you at the Bucket. Let's go. This corporate bullshit out of here. Next up. I mean, I hate to sound like I'm locking every fucking game, but I am locking every game. We got an old Big East matchup. Syracuse, the Orangemen, heading into Pitt. What is this number? I understand Syracuse is fucking horrible. And I understand that Pitt is still a bubble team, according to some. This was a 4-point game last time they played. This is a rivalry game. I mean, I wouldn't set this at 10.5. What would you set? I would set this at like 5.5. What is this number?
Last year when they played, the number was 6.5. Oh, Syracuse won there outright. Syracuse is going to win outright again.
I agree. I mean, I think that they're going to be in this game.
Yeah. And when they win, can we end the Pitt fraud bubble? The bubble pops tomorrow. Go Orange. Syracuse lock.
Double lock on the Cubes. Shout out to Chess and Gambling Daily. Catch you guys live. You guys are highly underrated cappers. I appreciate that. You know, some people will hop in there. I saw someone shitting on me today. It was fun. Because we had a losing night last night. Well, for depending on when you're listening to this, on Monday, we had a losing night. But that was like our first losing night in a while. So it was like, you always get the people that come out when you have the one losing night, but where are they when you're having the fucking fire night, giving away a goddamn SWAC parlay they hit for $600 fucking dollars? No, they're not there. So appreciate you.
What's
that? Yeah.
You know, we call that crowd.
Call them Jack Fucks. Yeah. This might be the only MAC game that I'm not betting unless you can talk me into this thing. Ball State's catching 8.5 at Toledo. I think Ball State's the right side, but I just don't know about betting this one because Toledo is 7-2 at home. They've lost 2 straight, and I kind of feel like they could fuck them up. Give me the 8.5. No bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it. No bet. Let's show some discipline here. I'll sit this one out.
Central Arkansas is heading to Queens, where the Royals with Queens are laying 14.5.
I will say Central Arkansas.
Give me the points.
Had a nice little win the other day against North Florida.
Give me the points. No bet.
Points, no bet. I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's a lot for Queens.
Next up. Shout out to Mike in the chat.
I'm interested to hear your take on this game. I was thinking about this game.
Well, it's gone up to 15.5.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to stay off. I got to go in. Give me Oklahoma plus 15 and a half. Yeah. I just feel like, okay, they're so desperate. They're not used to playing each other too. Yeah. They haven't played each other. Porter Moser's never taken on Todd Golden. So you have that element of it. 15 and a half fucking points. Florida wins by 9.
I'm with you. Like at some point, if you're Oklahoma, you all of a sudden you are on the bubble now. So they've even though they're like 3-9 in fucking SEC play, it feels like they're back in the Big 12 with their tank job. They just dropped a LSU home game where they were up 5 with 30 seconds here as a big favorite. Now you're hitting the road, catching all these points. This has got to be an Oklahoma spot. At least to play hard, pop up, lose by 12 to your.
And I apologize to my audience. Arklahoma plus 15 and a half. Yeah. We have deemed them Arklahoma since they've joined the SEC because they are basically Arkansas. But it works more in football. In basketball, Arkansas actually has the history that Oklahoma kind of wishes it had. But yes, 15 and a half is just too much. Double lock. And I'm curious what you're going to say about this next game because I was just talking this one on the SGP show. I can be talked into potentially betting this. Texas Tech is heading into Fort Worth. Take on Jamie Dixon at TCU. Texas Tech's laying 8.5. I am taking the 8.5. You could talk me into potentially betting this.
This is all, like, so we had this game a couple weeks ago and Tech blew it open late. I'm all over TCU.
Yeah.
Dixon as a dog at home. They always finagle more wins than they really should have. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but on that fucked up court getting 8.5, all over TCU to grind this thing and keep it close.
Double lock on these Horned Frogs. Let's go.
Last year TCU won outright in Fort Worth, and then in Lubbock it was a 1-point game, and then this year it was a 14-point dress up win. It's a fun ride. This is like an underrated rivalry, TCU and Tech. They hate each other.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
It's because it's opposite. It's like opposite like cultures with their fan bases.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Next up, Butler is catching 6.5 in the Cintas Center, taking on Xavier. I'm taking the points, but I don't think I'm going to bet this because I could see this arena. Like the momentum of the arena giving Xavier a 10-point win, but I kind of think Butler is, I think this is a close game, dude. I'm taking the points. No bet. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. Xavier, obviously, I think I saw on TV tonight, they were the last 4 in for somebody. Butler obviously been a train wreck this year, but 3 straight wins. They've been in a lot of these games. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'm locking up Xavier. I keep thinking Xavier's going to play better. They're coming off back-to-back wins. I think they blow it open late here. I know these two coaches are good friends, but I think Xavier rolls.
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. The Musketeers.
Network.
Is that Peacock? Terrible.
That game's hilarious. I know.
Yeah. We old Big 8 battle. The Buffs.
3rd time this year.
Yeah, they played in Maui in November, but this is game 3 in Ames, Iowa. Last time they played was in Boulder. Iowa State won by 10. I'm gonna lay the points. No bet. What are you doing here?
Is this not just a massacre, this game?
I think it's got a lot of potential to be.
I kind of want to bet Iowa State. I just have a feeling like Colorado's off the big win. They're happy as fuck. I think they are going to get railroaded.
Actually, I think you talked me into it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And that hurricane.
Double lock on these clones.
Tornado's going to get it. They're going to play 4 times in the Big 12 tourney, Robs.
Hilarious. Next up, does this? I was a little surprised at this line. I kind of thought Tennessee State would be favored.
Aren't they? No, Martin is. So Martin's won 3 in a row.
Still, they're 8th in the OVC. Tennessee State's 5th. Tennessee State's won 7 of the last 10. Martin's 5-5 in their last 10.
Kind of makes me want to bet Tennessee Martin.
Yeah, I mean it's surprising to me. I think that's the play. I think we take Martin -3.5.
Yeah, I mean they're playing better under first-year head coach. The first meeting, what was a 1-point game, is what you said a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Tennessee State won by 1 on January 21st.
I'll take Martin.
Should we bet Martin?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get in.
Double lock on the Skyhawks of UT Martin.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
All right. Next up, the Illini are in Madison, Wisconsin. I am all over this game. Me and Hoops Peterson were just talking about this game. You know, Wisconsin hasn't beaten Illinois in Madison since 2018 season.
Yep.
It's a bad matchup for them, especially off of a gigantic road win.
Yep.
I'm taking the Illini. I'm taking the Illini on the money line. What are you doing here? You with me?
I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful spot. You're getting Illinois off a disappointing game where they shit the bed Saturday night in primetime at home, laying a number, and you're getting Wisconsin off the fucking Purdue win. Everybody's crowning them all day. Illinois outright.
Double lock on these Illini. Next up, we got Air Force heading into Laramie. Wyoming laying 9.5. I'll lay it. No bet.
Give me the points. My Falcons. No bet.
Rivalry.
Yeah.
I will bet this one. Nevada is in Fort Collins, taking on Nico Medved and the Colorado State Rams, who have been hot lately. Nevada, though, don't look now, Mac. They've won 4 straight. They are peaking at the right time. That's why I'm taking them to win outright in Fort Collins. Come howl at the fucking moon. What are you doing here?
All over Nevada. Colorado State won there earlier this year as an 8.5-point underdog. Now Nevada's getting 4.5 all over Nevada. Revenge game.
Double lock on the Wolf Pack. All right. Kansas is in Provo, Utah at the Super Soaker.
Oh, what a line.
I mean, I'm going to just die on this hill. Kansas. Lock. You got to get this one, man. Can we just talk about this for a second?
This is crazy that they're fucking a dog to BYU.
If Kansas gets this one or does not get this one, yeah, you come home to Oklahoma State and you're at Colorado. Maybe you go on a 2-game win streak there. You get your 18th and 19th win. But then after that, it's Texas Tech, Houston, and Arizona. And I don't know, man. I mean, they're going to make the tournament, but I'm just saying, like, could you really see a 19-win season for this team with this roster and this NIL collective? What they put together for this roster that we've kind of ridiculed.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I did my top 25 today, and I didn't have Kansas. I don't think Kansas should be in the top 25. They don't deserve it. They've played like shit since about the Duke game. I mean, I guess they played well against Houston. They should have beat Houston, the most chaotic choke artist game ever. They played well against Iowa State. But other than that, those 2 games, they have been complete dog shit the entire year. And quite frankly, they've kind of sucked ever since Bill Self had the heart attack the year before. It's been weird.
I've been thinking that he's going to retire after the year.
He might, man. I'm starting to get those vibes too, which means I'm all over Kansas tomorrow because Bill has been I refuse to just think he's going to lay down this year and just get his ass beat over and over again. He's too good a coach. I'm taking Kansas again.
Lock.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Weehawk, shout out to Weehawk. I know he's a Jayhawk fan. Yeah. I'm going down with the ship. Next up.
That Houston game broke them.
It seems like it. It seems like it, man. It really does.
It broke me from betting them every time. I'm like, oh, are they going to make their free throws when they fucking have the game won? Can they get the ball in bounds?
This next one is interesting too. You have LSU off of a gigantic road win that they pulled out of their ass, and then you have South Carolina, who somehow is winless despite kind of being a better team than LSU the whole damn season. I have to take South Carolina here, but I'm not going to bet this game.
I will bet it, and I'll bet on the Gamecocks. I'll die on this hill. They're going to win this one. They are not as bad as a record, and I have to fade LSU off a road win. They haven't won an SEC road game in like 10 years.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. I'm staying away, but Moneyline Mac locking up the Gamecocks. Oh, what do we have here? The Houston Cougars are coming into Tempe, Arizona. The fake tits will be bouncing. All right, Bobby Hurley. I'm going back to the fucking well. Houston has Iowa State on deck.
Yeah, they're so fucking lucky. Houston in some of these games too.
Give me the 11.5. Forks up. Money line play, Rob. Let's sprinkle that money line.
455. I mean, Houston's been playing with fire in some of these games. They find ways to grind it out. It's impressive. But this is a sleepy spot, and Arizona State has talent. They've pushed in Iowa State to the end. They've pushed in Arizona. They're going to pick off one of these games. Houston might be the one tomorrow. Yeah, I'm all over Arizona State.
Double lock, forks up. Marcus, he's an alum, and he says fade him. That's just too much Bobby Hurley, right? Sorry, I let that music play because I'm just a fucking mess over here. The game, I honestly think, if I'm being dead fucking serious and honest with the audience, which I try to be, I think this is the most boring game on the whole fucking card.
This is Virginia Tech BC.
Yes. I'm dead serious. Like Air Force Wyoming is more appealing to me. Tennessee State and UT Martin is an in-state battle that I find intriguing. All those MAC games, there's like a lot of history with those teams. West Georgia, North Alabama, I think is more appealing than this fucking game. Give me Boston College. No bet.
It feels like Boston College is going to get one of these, right? This would be the one.
This is the one.
I don't want to bet it because I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I can't bet it. Can't bet
it. This is the Matt Ryan game.
I don't have a good enough field. Yeah, in football, this actually has a little bit of history. Basketball, it just makes you want to fall asleep.
9:00 game, ACC network.
Next up, Seton Hall catching 17.5. Shut the fuck up. I have to bet this. Give me the 17.5 with Seton Hall.
Off the big win?
I don't give a fuck. Who is Marquette? They never beat teams by 20. I went back and looked at Seton Hall the entire calendar year. They have not lost on the road by more than 17. You're getting 17.5 here. You got to take them, dude.
This is hilarious. The last two games, Marquette has beaten Seton Hall by 16. Sorry, they've beaten them by 17 and 18. So what did they put the number at? 17. I think I'm on the other side, man. I'll battle you. I think Marquette is gonna fuck them up. I love Shaheen, but
they're gonna win by 13. Dude.
They won the Super Bowl. We got
a battle in Milwaukee. Dundee on the Pirates, Mac on the Golden Eagles. All right, Minnesota's in Westwood. They've been out. This is what's great. UCLA's the road team.
Yeah, this game is ass cheeks.
Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. I will not watch this game, but I will take the 13.5 with Minnesota. What are you doing here?
I will lock up Minnesota.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. They're the home team.
Yeah. Double lock on the Gophers. It's the same thing I say for Shaka in a way can be used for Mick Cronin when he's a double-digit dog against a P5. I think you just got to just blindly take the points. Double lock on Minnesota. And you have plus 680 on the money line for those Gophers. Nightcap. Entertainment at its finest. Fresno State getting 18.5 at San Diego State. I will certainly take these fucking points. CBS Sports Network, nationally televised. They did win by 22 on December 4th, though. But give me the points. No bet.
But Fresno had the lead at halftime.
And what they score, like 5 points in the second half?
Yeah, they got outscored. Sorry, they were down by 4, and they got outscored 56-38.
The problem is like they still have that Michael Robinson situation. What the fuck is happening there? I don't even know. Did he quit the team? I don't even know what the hell happened there. But
all right, I'm going to talk you into Fresno. They're off for the Boise game. It's Saturday night. They're in Logan. And that game means a lot. It's a revenge game. They dropped that game. I think Fresno's going to keep this within 18.5.
There's
now don't bet
players
right
that
now.
Might not play. Yeah, if it goes to 20, I'm in.
Okay, I'll lock up Fresno.
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. Fresno State. I know. And that is our slate. Folks, top plays of the night. The games, how many do you want to do?
Do 5. I mean, this is a fire slate.
The 5 games I trust most. I'm going to take you some of these wacky MAC games. I like Bowling Green getting 6.5 against Kent State as one of them. I also like Ohio laying 5.5 against Central Michigan as one of them. The third one will be Purdue. I like Purdue to get it done. The fourth game to me, give me the Illini at Wisconsin. You know, a lot of these fucking road teams.
I have this too.
And the fifth one, Kansas against BYU. And if I had a 6, it'd be Arizona State. Just do 6. Fire.
Okay. All road dogs for me. Villanova getting the points at UConn too big. Purdue at Sparty. I think they're going to win. I think Illinois is going to win at Wisconsin, so I'll take those points. I think Nevada is going to win at Colorado State, so I'll take those points. Kansas over BYU, take those points, money line. And the Gamecocks are going to end their streak. I will take them in LSU. So 6 road dogs. I might money line parlay those.
I love that Gulf Coast game too. The more I think about it, 7th.
Yep.
Folks, that's our show. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Check out the College Basketball Experience pregame show each and every day. Tomorrow, myself, NC Nick, will be talking about the North Carolina Tar Heels football schedule, Bill Belichick, and everything in Chapel Hill. So check out the College Football Experience. Also, the College Baseball Experience and the FCS College Football Experience. Check out all of ththose. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Just did an episode with them there. And yeah, appreciate everyone rocking with us. Till next time, This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Yeah, it's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen you grill again. It made me good trip, good jog the mind back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit the can back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for hope. Just get it straight cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it. Yeah, last time you got the hot shit that I made, I was not the hot shit. Why? Going through them transitions, reminiscing, damn listen. I can make the biggest change, listen, and wouldn't have shit to do with shit, put some chips in. I don't get down like that. I'm the super rap mammal with the crown of fact. I'm so sore thumb, sticking out like some stick gum. Out the back with the beat smack, it's dumb. Dumb hot, crazy sun hot, more often than not, and not monotonous. And got the hits in the whole spots and this. Bottoms up, cause I'ma just beat them damn guts to submission. It's in the job description, that's what I was missing. Yeah.